Wouldn't you love to create a three-dimensional look to your images like the flowers in this card? In this quick video, I'll show you how simple it is with Blendabilities Alcohol Markers. Hi, this is Sage Kimball, and I'm the Mad Stamper with another technique video for card makers and paper crafters. I'm going to be using the pumpkin pie set of Blendability markers to color this image from the Flower Shop stamp set. The tops on these markers are quite tight, and that's good because it keeps the alcohol from drying out. But it's sort of a pain in the neck when I'm working on a project. So what I like to do is put the cap back on without making it click all the way so that it's a little easier to move from one color to another. This is a small image, so I'm going to be using the small tip on the Blendabilities marker. And that gives me a little better control. I'm going to start with the darkest shade of pumpkin pie and color the very inside of the petal. Then I'll move on to the medium shade, and with kind of a circular motion, I'm going to go over the darkest color, especially at the edge, and see if I can't blur that dark line. Then I'm going to color around the very edge of the petal with the marker and set it aside. Now usually when I do this, I have my face right over the petal and I can see better, so I'm going outside the lines a little bit here. You'll have to excuse me. The good news is that we have something called a color lifter, which doesn't actually erase or lift up color, but if I go over the area where the ink has gone out of the lines, it actually pushes the ink through the cardstock and onto the back side of it. And it may not remove all of that color, but that little mistake isn't going to be very noticeable. So now I'll take the lightest color of pumpkin pie and I'll do the same thing. I'll start blending that line where the medium color stopped. And I'm going to do it all around the edge. And you can see I'm leaving a light area, sort of in a curve like that, and that's going to give me this nice highlight that I've got in the other petal that I've already colored. So every place else I want to put down a fair amount of color and make sure that that line between the two shades is blended. Now I'm going to take the other end of the marker, the brush tip, and I'm going to go over that white area with just one layer of color. And that will give me that nice light highlight. And you may have noticed that the color is much darker when you first add it to the cardstock, but as it dries it will lighten up and you'll see more contrast between the different shades of the color. Now there's another way to get that highlight. I'll show you on this next petal. So I've added the dark and the medium colors, and I've blended out the line between them. Then I'm going to color the entire area with the lightest color. Really blend any lines, just moving that ink around. Then I'm going to take the color lifter and just wipe it back and forth in a little arc there, and that's going to not remove any ink, it's going to push some of that ink through the cardstock. So you can see how the back of your cardstock is going to get plenty of ink on it, which is why I always use a piece of scratch paper under it. So the highlight looks just a little different if it's made with a color lifter than if you do it the other way, but it's a little simpler as well. So that's one technique for using Blendabilities that will help you get some contour and some shading into your images. If you found this video helpful, be sure to click the thumbs up icon and leave me a comment so I'll be encouraged to make more videos for you. And be sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel so that you can keep up with all my new videos. For more inspiration and instruction, be sure to visit me on my website at www.stampingmadly.com, the Stamping Madly Facebook page, and the Mad Stamper YouTube channel. Happy stamping!